Hello and welcome to the Weight Free Wellness Podcast. I'm Tara Bachland, your hostess and the creator of the Weight Free Wellness Podcast and the author of You-niversal Self-care, Improved Health Through Self-Understanding. And today we're talking about exercise, what's right for your body. And this is a little bit of a breakdown from what I do include in my book, which is about the body types and which foods, exercises, and general habits are going to help each body type to feel more balanced. And so this is really kind of a specialty area of mine because I've really experienced it in many ways. And I want to encourage you to know that you're already in tune. You know how your body needs to and wants to move. And when it comes to exercise, I use the word exercise, but I'm really talking about just moving your body. It's really intuitive, and it may not seem like it right now, but it just may need a little excavating to come out. So I'm going to encourage you to think about which activities did you love as a child? Was it running, climbing, playing ball, dancing? Narrowing this down is the first big clue, and I encourage you to write them down and just think about them over the next couple of days. What did you love about these activities? Was it being outside, being with others, the feeling of freedom, learning, the feeling of continuous challenge and the possibility of winning or losing? I know this seems a little overly simple, but it's such a healthy mental and emotional exercise to do. When we were kids, we were so carefree, and it was the time where we could hopefully be ourselves. And if you weren't doing those things that you absolutely loved, what is it that you really wanted to do? The greatest step that we can take in our health is to observe and allow. This observing can happen, observing the past, the current, and allowing, of course, is a huge aspect of this. Observe how your body truly wants and needs help and support. If that's difficult to tune into now, recall a time when you felt really in tune with your body. What were you doing and not doing to support yourself? What were your goals and your desires? And most of all, what was your attitude? Your attitude about life and your body has a lot to do with tapping into that state once again. So if you can at least tap into that feeling, you can recreate that situation. It won't necessarily bring back the entire situation of our life previously, but you can retrain those habits. Another way to know which exercise is right for your body is body typing. Some people and bodies need more vigorous exercise and others more slow and mellow. And I've learned personally over time that I mostly need gentle exercise, dance, walking, yoga, and with some coordination exercise mixed in. And like I mentioned in my book, I go into more details, but this is a summary. And the trick here is, trick isn't really the exact word that I would like to use, but something to notice is that I do encourage you to tap into how you're feeling. And then there's also a component of observing. And so I'm going to go into each of the body types. And the first one's a really great example of this is because the earth type, they need vigorous exercise to maintain more balance in their body. But that type of exercise really initially is not very enjoyable. So I'm encouraging you to observe, and you may observe as an earth type that, walking is about as much exercise as you want to do. But if you are fairly physically able, you'll want to do more vigorous exercise to encourage your body to be in a more balanced state. Your weight will balance out better, your energy will balance out, your sleep, and so many things in life really will balance out for the earth type when they participate in vigorous exercise. You may need a trainer, a group, a class that you enjoy and can kick you into gear. Earth types also like to be regular. A scheduled class and a consistent trainer are helpful. Earth types like being around friends, but note, it's best not to count on other earth type friends to stay accountable. And this is really the best example I've seen many times where earth types it's the beginning of the new year. They're like, I'm going to start exercising again. And they join a group or they gather their group of friends to all get on the bandwagon again. And the trouble is that they're all earth types. And so if one calls in sick or says, I'm not really into it, they may last a while being a month or a couple months. But you want to really make it a lifestyle change. And it's really best to incorporate someone into your group who is a fire type. Mostly, the trainer is going to be a fire type or the group leader. It's very important because earth types will find a way to stay home, stay cozy, stay more comfortable. And so you'll want someone in the mix that's going to really push you in to keep on going. Also, something to note, whether for yourself or helping another earth type, beautiful aesthetics help. Earth types also like comfortable and homey atmospheres. This is obviously not the typical gym atmosphere, which is why an earth type will feel more comfortable in a yoga studio or class. Usually without mirrors would be better. And they will benefit from a more vigorous Ashtanga or power yoga if they're gravitating towards yoga, or just with that in mind, the atmosphere in mind, just going to a smaller club or something that's a little more quaint may be more comfortable for an earth type. And believe it or not, but when the earth type finds the right activity, they will actually enjoy it. They won't mind so much all the sweating. They'll begin to feel the benefits. The trick is just doing it long enough so that you start feeling that. And that's why you want to team up with a fire type, who I will talk about next. Fire types need lots of activity, something to let off steam and something that's challenging. They also like competition. I encourage them to join a sports league, which is also motivation to do some supplemental and cross training. You'll find many fire types in competitive environments like CrossFit. And a fire type naturally wants to move and compete, so it's usually not hard to talk them into exercising or to beginning again. But when they are overcome with the challenge of making it in the business realm, they will readily put their healthy practices aside. And I just encourage you, just from experience personally and seeing others, that if keep up on your exercise as a fire type, it will really, really help you in so many other areas of life to let off that steam, to feel more balanced, to actually feel more energy and more successful in those other areas because you take that time for yourself. And then we have the air and water types. These types I'm grouping together because a lot of times they have some similarities, especially in the arena of exercise. These types need regularity. Depending on their second most dominant body type, they may feel able to withstand some vigorous workouts or not. Or if an air type, I have a lot of air type tendencies. If I'm feeling stronger or if it's summertime, I can participate in more vigorous exercises like mountain biking. But if air is your primary body type, like me, less intense workouts like certain styles of martial arts, yoga, tai chi, walking, and dance are very helpful. It's important for the air and water type to do something that does not exhaust their more delicate constitutions. And for this type, it's not about the calories burned or the miles walked. Consistent daily activity helps these types the most. And if you're wondering, so what's this body typing all about? And what is my body type? Go to weightfreewellness.com. And in the right sidebar, you'll see an icon and click on that for the body typing quiz. And you can see which body type you identify with the most. So wrapping up, getting clear. Now that you know, and hopefully you've been able to narrow down your body type, maybe even just by hearing some of the descriptions or the earlier questions about your childhood and what you really enjoyed, use these tools to narrow down what it is that you can do for your body. Try out some activities or classes. A lot of times you can do an introductory one for free or a lower cost. But the biggest thing is just get into it. Just get started. Take as many introductory classes as you want. Sometimes it's just in that, when you're in that mode of looking, you'll find something really amazing. I found an adult dance class by just going to a local dance studio and asked if they had adult classes. They didn't have anything on their website, but I still called. And I found the most amazing dance class. I've been doing it for 6 years, and it has helped me in so many ways, from physical fitness to even just a great group of new friends. And so I encourage you to just get out there and look for something that might be interesting. Just start looking. And most of all, have fun. Thank you so much for tuning into this Weight Free Wellness podcast episode. Until next time.